Welcome to Take 5. Today is Friday and we are ready to start the weekend. I invite you to find a comfortable sitting position, whatever that is. It might be with cross legs on the floor, on the mat, or it might be on your feet. And we're going to begin with tuning in into an intention that we'll create for the class or for the weekend or for the year, whatever that might be for you. Let's close the eyes. And I invite you to contemplate on the intention of being mindful of your environment, of yourself, of your thoughts, and perhaps of the words that you're speaking. As we're pretty much walking around and speaking our lives into existence. So whatever your intention it is, repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. For example, I'm mindful, I'm mindful, I'm mindful. We're going to be coming back to this intention throughout the class to reinforce it and to make it stick with this. Begin to scan through the body and notice any areas of tightness or tension. How are your shoulders sitting? Is one tighter than the other one? Relax the shoulders and back. And begin relaxing from the crown of the head, the scalp. Relax the forehead, the space between the eyebrows. Relax the face, around the cheeks areas. Relax the throat, inside and out. Shoulders and arms and hands. Relax the chest, inside and outside. All the organs in the torso. Feel the vibration of the circulation. And relax all the cells, cause them to function properly. Relax the thighs, inside, outside. Relax the knees and the calves and the ankles. Relax the feet, the toes and the heels and the bottom of the feet, the soles. Mentally relax your mind and think of a place that is passive and serene. Maybe the beach on Sunday morning. Maybe a mountain. Walking through the woods. Tall trees. The sun is peeking through the branches. Birds flying. Hear birds singing. At this point of our relaxation, we're tuning into our center, and all the background noises are just focusing us more on the practice. They're not going to be distraction. They're going to be here to center us more into our core, into our center. And to further the relaxation, I'm going to count from 10 to 1. With each number going down, more and more relaxed. 10, 9, 8, getting deeper into your center. 7, 6, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're now in a state of deep relaxation, tuning into the center of your being. Visualize a white ball of energy around you, surrounding you, and you're in the center of that ball of energy, like a bubble, a protective shield. Begin to notice where the breath is. Is the breath shallow on the top of the lungs? Could you move it lower? Let's place the hands on the belly, and on inhalation, feeling the belly like a picture. Belly moves forward. On exhalation, belly towards the spine. Inhale, belly forward. Exhale towards the spine. Inhale, belly forward and hands above the head. Exhale, hands are floating down, belly towards the spine. Try to maintain that belly breath throughout the practice. Keep flowing. Hands up, belly forward. Hands down, belly towards the spine. Maintaining that breath throughout the practice could be sometimes challenging, but also it tells you whether you're holding a pose too long, or maybe the pose is too intense. So use the breath to monitor where you're at and honor your body. If you're holding too long or your breath gets shallow, maybe back up from the pose. On the next exhale, move the right arm forward, left one back. And keep flowing with the breath. Then left arm forward, right arm back. And just keep alternating. Full breaths. And every time you are twisting the torso, the breath will be a little bit restricted. So you might want to kind of forcing the breath a little bit, going all the way down to the bottom of the belly. On the next inhale, keep the arms up above the head, just interlace fingers, and then move them away from you. Slightly tucking the tailbone and breathe. Exhale, rotate towards the left. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale towards the right. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale towards the left. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale towards the right. Back to neutral. Float the left arm down. Right hand far away from the sitting bones. Use the left hand for leverage and maybe walk towards the left. Hinging from the right sitting bone, rainbow like to the fingertips. One long stretch, and then maybe look underneath the right arm. Walk the left arm towards you and then begin making circles with the right arm. Back, and then forward inhale. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Inhale forward. Next time you're down, let's switch the direction. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And float the right arm down. Extend the left up towards the sky with the fingertips. Walk the right hand towards the right, hinge from the left hip. Think big stretch from the left sitting bone to the fingertips, left fingertips. Look underneath the left arm. Keep sending the breath through the lowest part of your belly. Then walk the right hand back and begin making circles. Back, exhale, forward, inhale. Forward, inhale. And switch the direction. We'll find our way to tabletop. When you're in tabletop, or any pose that will have you on your hands, you want to stretch the fingertips as far as possible from each other and dig them into the mat to protect the wrists. So tabletop is a great preparation for that. To get used to being on your hands and protect the wrists always. If you have anything going on in the wrists, you want to switch this with being on the fists. So hands and knees underneath us. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, and then the knees are directly underneath the hips. On inhale, moving the head and the tailbone towards the sky. Exhale, round the back. The middle of the spine is like pulled on a string from the sky. And keep flowing with the breath at your own pace. Also, keep the elbows shy of lock to protect the joints. Keep the flow with a really, really long, deep breaths. Inhale, tailbone up towards the sky with the chin. Exhale, round the back. On the next inhale, elevate the left leg straight behind you, far away from the crown of the head, and then begin making circles with the ankle and change the direction. Ankle far away from the shoulders. Notice if one of the sides, left or right of the core, is tighter. Try to be neutral in the middle. Let's switch, left knee down, right leg straight behind and away from the crown of the head. Again, make sure that the entire core area is kind of even and not one side is tighter than the other one. Like for example, in this one, if the right leg is up, then right side is sometimes tighter at first. You want to kind of further your foot away from both of the shoulders evenly. Change the direction of the circle. Keep the breath flowing. And then place the right knee down and then left leg straight back up again. Inhale far away from you. Exhale, knee towards the chin. Round the back. Again, inhale, straight away from you. And then knee towards the chin, exhale. Keep the flow, so when you go with the knee towards the chin, also the chin goes towards the knee. Now let's switch, so right foot back and away from you. Exhale, knee towards the chin. Keep flowing with the breath. Always match breath with movement. So if you have to speed up the movement in order to match the breath, do that. Or slow down the breath, whatever it takes. You kind of want to have a consistent breath. And matching with the movement throughout the entire length of the movement. For example, inhale all the way until my foot goes there. Exhale. I'm gonna finish the exhale as soon as the nose, the chin goes all the way towards the knee. And when you're ready, back to regular tabletop. Inhale, right arm up towards the sky, and exhale, thread the needle underneath the left arm. And move right shoulder towards the ground. Right palm is up towards the sky. Now this is one of those twisting poses where the breath is a little bit restricted, so we want to pay attention to that. Can we move the breath lower towards the bottom of the lungs? Inhale, right arm up towards the sky. And exhale back to regular tabletop. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, thread the needle underneath the right arm, left shoulder down, left palm up towards the sky. Notice the breath. Inhale, left arm up towards the sky. And then float it back down into regular tabletop. Untuck the toes and then lift up your downward facing dog. Tailbone up towards the sky. Begin walking one heel at a time, lowering and extending the backs of the legs. For example, matching with the breath, who would be two options. Left heel down, inhale. Right heel down, inhale. Exhale. So left heel down, inhale. Right heel down, exhale. Or you could do left heel, inhale, right heel, inhale, and then exhale, left heel down, right heel down, exhale. Either way, pushing the mat away with the hands. Again, actively stretching fingertips, open palm, or on your fists if there's anything going on with your wrists. Inhale into plank, moving forward. The body is flat as a board. And get the shoulders out of your ears. If you have them in your ears, you want to move them away. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale once more into plank. You can substitute plank with, instead of body being flat as a board, you can move knees into the mat. If it becomes a little bit too intense, always monitor the breath where you're at. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and move the left foot forward towards the left hand. Plant the right heel down. And engage the core as you move in the arms up above the head. Inhale. Warrior one. So here, in this one, you're trying to square the hips as much as possible forward. Also notice if you are leaning too much forward. You want to be straight and hands up, like a monkey hanging off of a tree branch. Straightening the front leg and folding over very slowly and mindfully with control. Always keep the core very strong. Once you're all the way down, breathe. Bend the left knee and moving back into warrior one. Exhale with me, hands down, downward facing dog, and elevate the left foot. Left foot far away from the hands. The hands are actively pushing the mat away. And regular downward facing dog with all feet on the mat. Inhale into plank, lowering. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. At this point, both of the heels are aiming towards the ground, extending the backs of the legs, extending the breath there, and pushing the mat away with the hands. Look forward and move the right foot forward this time towards the hands. Plant the left heel down. Engage the core and elevate. Warrior one on this side. Notice if you're leaning forward, you want to keep the arms really far away from the feet, grounding and centering. And straighten the front leg as you're folding over. Keep breathing. Bend the knee and begin elevating again. Strong core, arms up towards the sky. Feel free at any time throughout the class to grab a drink of water or get into resting pose if it gets too intense. And windmill the hands down into downward facing dog. Elevate the right foot away from the hands. And then foot down. Regular downward facing dog. Pressing the chest towards the thighs. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Begin walking the feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. Shoulder distance between the feet and then grab opposite elbows. Moving towards the left. Keep breathing. Moving towards the right. Moving towards the left. Feel free to bend the right knee a little bit. Moving towards the right. Feel free to bend the left knee a little bit. Back towards the middle. And begin straightening yourself one vertebra at a time. Let go of the arms. And then find yourself all the way on the top and make a couple of shoulder rolls. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. Inhale and then forward fold again. Once more, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, float the arms down. So for this one, move the palms forward. Relax the shoulders, tuck in slightly the tailbone. And begin to center yourself onto the right foot, shifting the weight. Begin detaching the left one and place the left foot either below the knee or above the knee and begin growing the 3 branches. So each time you are practicing a balancing pose, you want to concentrate your attention to a point in front of you, a few meters in front of you, or way in the distance. In the distance will be more difficult, These poses could be really challenging if you practice them on the sand or in the ocean, um, or softer surface like a mattress or trampoline. Find your way into hugging the left knee. If you lose balance, get back into the pose really slowly. So no slamming yourself in the pose, but mindfully with control, getting in, sneaking in. And when you're ready, let go of the leg and walk it out. Maybe make a few circles with the right ankle. And while you're at it, you're already kind of balancing on the left side. Begin growing tree branches and place the foot below or above the knee, never on top of it to protect it. Where is the breath? Where is your attention? At some point, find your way into hugging the right knee. Keep your focus, your gaze on one point in front of you, drishti, a point of concentration. And then lower the right leg whenever ready, and then make a few circles with the ankle, the left one that you were standing on. Inhale, hands above the head, and exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands forward, walk the feet backwards, find your way into downward facing dog. Chest towards the thighs, pressing. Hands are pressing the ground away from you. Inhale into plank. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. And then move to side plank. Right arm up towards the sky. This one, you can make it easier or more intense. Easier would be left knee down. More intense would be right foot elevates. And breathe. This is a little too intense for me for today, so I'll keep my foot down. How do I know? The breath. If the breath is restricted, then it's too intense. And then back into downward facing dog. And then place the knees on the mat, untuck the toes, and sit back on your feet, moving into child's pose. The hands are actively away from the sitting bones. Forehead is on the ground. And then walk the hands towards the right. Place the left hand on top of the right, away from the left sitting bone. Walk the hands back towards the middle. And hands are shoulder distance. Tabletop, tuck the toes, lift up downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower and write the breath down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Actively pushing the mat away with the hands. Ideally, stare at your navel. Inhale into plank And we'll turn to the other way, left arm up towards the sky. Side plank on this side. Again, more intense would be elevating the left foot. Less intense will be placing the right knee down. Monitor the breath to tell you how far you can push it. And then find your way into plank and regular plank. And from there, put the knees down, untuck the toes, and sit on the feet. Walk the hands towards the left this time and place the right hand on top of the left. Far away from the right sitting bone. Walk the hands back towards the middle and through tabletop. Get yourself into a downward facing dog. Look forward, move the left foot forward towards the hands. Plant the right heel down. Strong core elevating into warrior one. Hands up towards the sky. Far away from both feet. Exhale to the side, warrior two. For this one, notice if you're kind of leaning forward. I see that a lot. You want to be straight with the torso. Look at the left fingertips and the right fingertips and whether they are on the same plane. Sometimes one is higher than the other one. We want to kind of keep them on the same level. Inhaling, left arm up, right one just floats down freely. Left arm is so up as you are hanging off of a tree branch, for example. So high and away from both feet. See if you can extend even more, fingertips up and then overhead towards the back. On the next inhale, we'll move left elbow towards the left thigh. Right arm up towards the sky and overhead, away from right sitting bone of right foot. Inhale back into warrior one. Hips are squared forward. Windmilling, hands down or facing dog. Elevate the left foot away from the hands and regular downward facing dog. So we do the same thing on the other side. Look forward and move the right foot forward towards the hands. Plant the left heel down and inhale, strong core, warrior one. Exhale to the side, warrior two. And notice if you're leaning forward, you want to be straight with the torso. Also check on your hands whether you have fingertips, the fingertips on the same plane. Inhaling, right arm up towards the sky as the left one just floats down. See if you can extend a lot with the right fingertips away from both feet. Then we'll move right elbow towards the right thigh, left arm overhead. So left fingertips far away from the heel, two different directions. Inhale back into warrior one. Hips are square. Exhale, windmilling down, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank and write the breath down. Exhale all the way down. Inhale up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and move the left knee towards in between the hands and place it down. Untuck the back foot and then find your way into pigeon. But see, in this one, we want to relax the hip. So if you move the left foot towards the right, then the pose would be more intense. Relax the hip, relax the leg, relax the foot. At some point, begin lowering yourself forward on top of the left leg. Maybe walking the hands forward. Remember that the legs have very big and strong and stubborn muscles compared to the rest of the body, so they take more time to release. Send the breath where it's needed. If it's needed on the hip, send it there. Visualize how the breath comes in through the nostril, going all the way through the lungs, all the way to the hip. Inhale and exhale. Full breath. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head. In present time. Very slowly, begin walking the hands. If they're further away from you, begin walking them towards you and lifting up. Very, very slowly because you don't want the muscles to snap right back in after you stretch them. So, lifting up the back foot at some point once you're already straighter with the torso, and then see if you can get a hold of the back foot with the right hand. If you can get a hold of the right foot, maybe you can begin bringing it towards you more. Sending the breath where is needed. Is it in the left hip or is it in the front of the right leg somewhere? There's no right or wrong where you should feel it. Whatever you feel it is the right place. Just send the breath there. Bringing right foot towards you. Maybe even placing the right foot in the crease of the elbow. And breathe. Maybe interlacing right and left hand. Maybe that's a little too intense for me for today. Very slowly letting go, letting all the way down. And then at some point, get the right foot on the left side of the left hip. Very slowly, don't slam yourself in the pose. You always want to be sneaking in. Sneaking in a pose and then sneaking out to exit. Move the feet away from you to where both of the sitting bones are on the mat. You could be thinking about this in terms of the knees are stacking on top of each other. Could be really difficult, but that's kind of the direction we're going towards. Strong, straight spine here. Inhaling, hands above the head. Moving the right arm forward and begin interlacing them into eagle arms or just hugging yourself. Elbows lowering, chin lowering, hands moving forward. Breathe and create space between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, hands above the head, and then float them down. So in this one, fingertips are far away from the crown of the head, moving left ear towards the left shoulder, and then right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep wiggling the fingers, extending them away from the crown of the head, left ear towards the left shoulder again, and then the right ear towards the right shoulder. Bring the right knee towards the chest and hug it with the left arm. Place the right hand behind you for support and then begin twisting towards the right. Look behind the right shoulder. Now in twists, the breath is a little bit restricted, so you want to force it in all the way down to the bottoms of the lungs. Try to maintain the length of the spine as you're exiting the pose. Inhale out. And we will find our way into, now that right knee is going to stay forward and the left foot is going to go back. So find your way into left leg straight behind you and pigeon for pigeon on this side. Again, more intense would be if you move the right foot towards the left. Relax. At some point, begin lowering yourself. Maybe even walking the hands forward, especially if you did it on the other side. Breathe. Once again, remind yourself for your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in present time. Full breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. Remember that circle of white energy around you, strong. Breathe. Maybe here the breath is more on the backs of the lungs. Relax the hip, relax the leg, relax the foot. Notice differences between the sides, left and right. Sometimes we have big differences. It's normal. Walking back towards you if the hands are forward, and then slowly lifting up. Just keep the breath flowing, never restrict it. And we will eventually find the left foot on to the outer edge of the right hip into stacking the knees on this side, feet away from you, so that way you could have both of the sitting bones on the mat. Inhale, arms above the head, and then moving left arm forward, right one wraps around into eagle arms on this side. Lowering the elbows, lowering the chin, lowering the hands forward, creating spacing between the shoulder blades, sending the breath down the backs of the lungs, but still all the way down. Inhaling, hands above the head, and exhale, float them down. Sending the breath all the way down. So on inhale, like in the beginning of the class, we'll move belly forward, inhale, hands up. Exhale, belly towards the spine, hands down. And keep flowing with the breath. When you have enough of that, let's wrap the right arm around the left leg and bring the left leg towards you. Use the left hand for leverage and begin rotating towards the left. Look behind the left shoulder. Remembering twists, the breath is restricted. Force it in all the way down. Actively pulling the left knee towards you. Try to maintain the length of the spine as you exit in the pose, preferably on inhalation. Moving straight forward and find your way into legs straight. in front of you. Use the arms for leverage to keep your spine straight as you're moving forward towards the toes. And in this one, we want to keep the spine straight as much as possible at first, so we can concentrate on stretching the backs of the legs first. Create that stretch in the legs before we start lowering down. So we want to be moving forward with the chin, as the legs have big, strong muscles and they usually pull on the many but tiny spine muscles. So we want to first stretch the legs, otherwise they will take over. And that's how many people get back problems, because they will just put too much tension on the spine muscles. And legs, you can never have the legs stretched enough. So the more you stretch the legs, the less of back issues you will have, or none if you're very mindful about keeping the spine straight when you're stretching the legs. And when you're stretching the spine, legs should be already loosened. So moving towards the toes with the chin, maybe slightly back up from the pose, lifting up on inhale. Use the hands for leverage behind you to keep the spine straight. On exhale, moving towards the toes. So think forward with the face, not down. Inhale, slightly exit. Exhale, forward towards the toes. Like a micro pulsation. Inhale, slightly back up. Exhale, forward. And just keep doing that with the breath. Relax the feet, relax the legs. At some point, the legs are already stretched. Moving the hands maybe forward and begin lowering, curving the spine. Lowering the face, maybe in between the legs. Sending the breath where is needed. On the backs of the legs or on the backs of the lungs, or both, expanding and elongating with each breath. Inhale yourself all the way up, and then either move the feet towards the sitting bones or the sitting bones towards the feet, and then find yourself in laying down with the arms stretched on a T for leverage. Legs up towards the sky and exhale towards the left halfway. Inhale up towards the sky and exhale right halfway. So the palms are down for leverage. Inhale up, exhale towards the left. Inhale up, legs towards the right. Strong core up towards the left. Up towards the right. Couple more. And then when you're ready, last time you are up with straight legs towards the sky, Just place them down about, I'd say about a foot apart from the sitting bones. And then place the arms with the palms down next to you, elevating halfway for a bridge. So just a little bit, maybe 10 inches off of the mat. See where you're at breath wise. Do you have to concentrate on moving the breath all the way down? Is it shallow just on the tops of the lungs, or is it something that you just breathe fully through the pose? Elevate it some more with the hips. Keep breathing. Full breath. Walk the shoulders towards the sitting bones and maybe even interlace hands as you're lifting the hips more. Breathe. Now keep the breath flowing as much as you can. Concentrate on the breath and move the left foot up and away from the face. Breathe. Okay, foot down and then let's elevate the other one. Right foot away from the face. And back down. Very slowly lowering the hips and eventually find yourself into hugging the knees. Towards the chest. Then get the hang of the knees with the hands and then begin making circles with the knees, massaging the lower back this way. So circles with the knees. Larger diameter. And then switch the direction of the circle. Place the feet back down and let's do this once more. Bridge pose, hands down with the palms down, elevating the hips up towards the sky. Moving the shoulders underneath you. Full breath. And then in this case, elevating the hips more than the first time. And if you want to move into full wheel pose, full wheel would be if you place the hands with the palms down and fingertips pointing towards the feet. And then I just have to make sure you don't have hair underneath your arms because it's gonna hurt. We're just moving away to where it's further away from your hair. If you do a full wheel, pushing the mat away with the, oops, I have some hair underneath one of my hands. Pushing the mat away with the hands and with the feet at the same time. Exiting this would be very slow. First place the crown of the head down and then the neck, and then very slowly, one vertebrae at a time until the tailbone. So you always want to be sneaking in and sneaking out of a pose and never just slamming yourself in and out. Hug the knees towards the chest, moving left and right. Let's grab the hold of the toes and the big toes into happy baby. Keep moving left and right, massaging the entire length of the spine. Tuck the chin towards the chest so you can incorporate the neck also. The back of the shoulder blades. Relax the shoulders, space them out. And when you're ready, find your way into either feet together with knees on the side, or just feet, straight legs, feet apart, arms up towards the sky, tuck in the chin to create length in the neck and spine all the way from the tailbone, shoulders underneath you, and relax in the most important pose, Shavasana, that seals the practice and teaches your body perfect body alignment. Begin relaxing again from the scalp to the toes. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Relax the toes and the heels and the soles of the feet. Relax the ankles and calves, knees and thighs. Relax the core area, inside and outside, where the skin touches the clothing and the mat. Relax the chest, relax the shoulders and the arms and the hands and the fingers. Relax the neck, the jaw muscles and the face, around the cheeks and eyebrows and scalp. Remember that white bubble of energy that you are in, your energy field is protected and you're strong and healthy. Relaxing more and more with each breath, getting heavy on the mat, so heavy, so relaxed. Inhaling and exhaling. Mentally remember the place from the beginning of the class, the mountain with the trees and the sun behind the tree branches and the birds. Keep laying down and just envision this place. Keep laying down as I play some singing bowls for you and other instruments that I have laying around that I'm randomly picking up. This first sound is a rose quartz ball that is tuning 432 hertz that resonates with the earth frequency. Relaxing deeper and deeper with each breath. This sound resonates walking stick. Relax and deepen your breath. You can choose to keep laying down and relaxing, or if you are ready to continue with activities throughout the day, move hands away from feet and begin wiggling fingers and toes. Turn to one side, left or right, and get into a fetal position. It's a symbol of rebirth and helps your body to get back. Thank you for practicing with me today. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you Monday.